have primary control of critical vehicle functions. Roger roll, Discovery.
I'm Ben, and as always I'm joined by Gaz.
Hello.
And Mike.
Hello.
Today's a weird news special where we bring you some of the gold we haven't used over the last few months, and we get it all out in one massive weird news ejaculation.
One huge massive dump.
One huge massive news dump?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, so what's up first then, Mike? So you know the alien stock, Storm A51?
or was that
It's
the
been
festival
cancelled.
was called Alien Stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah.
been cancelled.
Yeah, I did hear. What's the story say?
The alien stock at the Storm A51 event that was originally scheduled to take part in Rachel, Nevada next week has officially been cancelled. Matty Roberts created the Facebook page Storm A51, they can't stop all of us, as a joke. But around 2 million people have pledged to storm the Air Force Base. It has been widely speculated there's an alien cover-up happening there and people want answers, damn it. However, Roberts has pulled the plug on his own event, calling it Fire Festival 2.0, in reference to the 2017 event where many paying festival goers were left stranded on a private island in the Bahamas with no music, no real lodging and barely any food or supplies. It has been described as mass chaos.
Yeah. Somewhat predictable, really, isn't it? And a
Yeah.
bunch of fucking hippies and stoners and internet.
2 million, I mean, if they turned up in the middle of a small town.
Biggest
Yeah.
festival ever.
Yeah, it would take more than a couple of months of planning. Do you know what I mean? Like, they don't 3 weeks before Glastonbury starts. Like, right, what we doing this year then?
Who's on?
Right, what we got? Who's supplying the water then? Anyone made a phone call? Yeah. A lot of planning involved.
Yeah. The official Alien Stock website posted an announcement that started off by explaining, and I'll quote, "Due to the lack of infrastructure, poor planning, risk management and blatant disregard for the safety of the expected 10,000 plus Alien Stock attendees, we decided to pull the plug on the festival." He then seemed to place the blame on Connie West, who runs a Little Alien motel in Rachel. That's where they go in Paul, isn't it?
Mm.
That little bar. Calling it a motel is probably a bit too much. The announcement continued on by stating the permit holder, Connie West, was given multiple opportunities to provide us with the proof that things expected at this festival were in place. In fact, she refused to provide to us, as agreed upon, contracts, proof of deposits, or any paper proof of anything.
Wow.
In an interview with News 3, West expressed that she was completely blinded by the exit and that she'd already invested thousands of dollars of her own money into necessary security, medical and sanitation measures. However, she did tell the Associated Press that she has 20 musical acts and 2 comedians that are booked to perform at the Inn from September 19th to the 21st, and the show must go on.
Oh, God. Who's booked?
It doesn't. I doubt she's going to tell us, to be fair. It's not going to be Iron Maiden, is it? It's not going to be Blink-182. Tom DeLonge's not going to get the band back together to do this, is he?
UFO?
UFO maybe. In fact, I'd imagine they're already there.
Yeah.
It's where they just hang out nowadays.
So they've got permanent residents.
Yeah, although Doctor Doctor, one of my favourite rock songs, without doubt.
Doctor, doctor, please.
Fucking awesome. Iron Maiden covered it, it's even better.
Well,
Yeah, so the town of Rachel, Nevada also announced the cancellation on their own official website and discouraged anyone from coming to the tiny town of just 54 residents next weekend. Instead, they're encouraging people to head to Las Vegas for a different kind of alien festival. There is an Area 51 celebration taking place in downtown Las Vegas on September 19th.
Sponsored by Bud Light, I think.
You might be right, because that's several musical talents rather than just musicians. Talents in this one.
wow.
Not just some local blokes.
There
Not
is
just
a distinct...
some desert fucking new metal band that's 20 years out of date.
Because you could say we've got a singer on tonight, and it could be me.
Yeah?
Hello, is it me?
Well, they had 2 comedians, and that's definitely not you.
Hey.
After your stand-ups you've had on the show.
I would like to point out it was all somebody else's material that I was delivering expertly.
I think delivery matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically no one's storming Area 51 anymore.
I still think people turn up.
Me too.
I don't know about how many, but...
Well, it just means the festival's cancelled, isn't it?
That's it. They weren't going to have a festival there in the first place. They were going to all meet up and storm the place. So, maybe it's still on. Maybe it isn't. Maybe there'll be a new, like, Storm Area 51. The other guy sold out to the government. Let's see them aliens page.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe he took a massive fucking bung off the CIA and said, drop this shit, eh, mate?
It was always going to be a load of fucking bollocks, wasn't it? No one's going to fucking...
What was the date again then?
They're literally...
20th of September.
It's 7 days from time of recording.
Yeah.
The local law enforcement have literally been making like fucking state of emergency plans and like they're not. It's not as if it's going to be a surprise. They'll be, if anyone is going to turn up there, they'll be ready. You won't get in. No one's going to get in.
Even those Naruto runners.
No one's getting in.
But they can run really fast, guys. With their bent forwards, with their hands behind their backs. They can run really fast. They'll come from several directions.
No one's getting in.
I think that...
You can't even arrange a fucking music festival in a desert. You think they're going to get into Area 51? Like no one's thought of that before. Just because there's loads of you, there'll just be more of them. They're not thick. Are they?
I don't think let's say that 2 million people did turn up. Well,
They ain't stopping them.
it ain't stopping them.
They're not gonna turn. There'll be 2 million. There's
It'll be about 2,000, I think.
How will logistically 2 million people physically get there? Does it have the
By
infrastructure?
planes, trains and automobiles.
Does it have the roads? Does it have the fucking...
Hot air balloons.
It's not gonna happen.
Maybe UFOs themselves, maybe flying saucers.
It's just a fucking meme that's got out of control, basically.
Well, we'll see in 7 days, won't we?
We will.
Moving on.
Gonna watch that live stream. Yeah, move on.
It'll be...
Well, apparently, people are already getting arrested for trying to storm Area 51. They've gone a bit early, premature.
Oh, premature storming, you don't want that.
If convicted, they could face a maximum sentence of 6 months in prison.
Is that it? Shoot the cunts.
I wouldn't fancy being in an American prison for any length of time.
I don't want some baghead getting his hands on like fucking laser gun technology. If you try and get to Area 51, I want your fucking hands chopped off, lasered off.
Who wants to read this one?
Yeah, after the festival was announced, a warning was posted on the town's website in response to the news stating that local residents would defend their property by force if they had to, saying that the situation could get ugly. The website voiced concerns that such an event would attract crooks who sought to capitalise on the chaos. Since the event was cancelled, the town's website was updated with a celebratory post saying that the party was being moved to Las Vegas and it was cancelled due to poor organisation.
2 men have already been arrested for trespassing on the Nevada National Security Site, which is a government nuclear facility located 10 miles away from Area 51. The 2 men, 21-year-old Wilhelm Jacob Sweep and 20-year-old Thijs Grancy, are Dutch YouTubers who had flown all the way to the United States to attend the event. So they were, they're trying to get into like a satellite base of Area 51.
Fucking bellends. They deserve everything they get. Fancy flying all that way to try and do something that's massively illegal.
Police said that while Grantier and Sweep do not understand English perfectly, they should be able to recognise the threatening no trespassing signs all over the property, and that deadly force is authorised. So text.
Yeah. Not a good idea.
The only way to get into Area 51, as Independence Day taught us, is with an unconscious alien in the back of a pickup truck.
Yeah.
Where's your clearance? He makes that weird squelching noise as he pulls a parachute off it. There's my clearance. Wave them through.
Yeah. Straight in. Ah, fuck these 2 pricks. They deserve it.
Yeah, see, they're YouTubers, and I don't like YouTubers. They just, it's like, I don't like it. I don't like this whole, I'm going to be famous because... Yeah, but we don't appear on it doing stupid shit.
No.
Yeah, I'm going to get arrested just for some views, and I like that. I don't like it. Like that fucker who was, what's his name? That Logan Paul. You know, oh, flat earther now. Oh, I'm going to suicide forest. Ah, look at that body. You're a dick.
Yeah, but he's also multi-millionaire now, sadly.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't like how... It's like, I don't like that, and I don't like these Instagram influencers. I don't see how you can have a career just doing that. Like,
I'd love to be an influencer.
Who are you influencing?
Well, that's the thing. I'd love to be. It's a pipe dream.
you said earlier that you're an agoraphobic now. You only got the host of the podcast.
What the fuck do you think influencers do? It's literally as simple as, here I am using my fucking whatever brand coffee mug. You know, my new coffee maker. Check it out.
I thought they went on holiday and stuff like that, and...
Well, you don't have, there are travel ones, but it's just most of them are fucking makeup and fashion.
Yeah,
and
it's just to sell shit.
It's literally shit.
Oh, so,
placement.
so they get sent shit for free to use.
Yes, that's literally how it works. The more followers you've got, the more clout you've got, so the more top brands you're going to attract to pay you to fucking film yourself using their shit. It's literally that simple. You just...
God, I hope that never happens to us.
I'd love that to be my fucking job.
We'd be terrible at it.
Oh, you're shitting me. There are people that get paid good money to open, like, technology, like, to unbox the latest laptop and fire it up, like, you know, and they're getting paid to do so. Good enough to live.
I've been sent 24 cans of Carlin by the Carlin Brewery and I drink it during this.
I'd love it to be my job. You know what I mean? I wish I was a 17-year-old hot girl who could earn, like, millions of pounds from filming myself put fucking chemicals on my face. Literally. Makeup tutorials, they're like one of the biggest earners because girls like to watch that shit.
Yeah, they do. My stepsister loves them.
Millions of pounds they're earning in sponsorship and fucking... I wish that was my job. What a fucking win. They've cracked it, haven't they?
They have,
They're winning at
That's
life.
why I hate it. That's why I hate them.
How many hours a day do you think they spend doing that? 2? A couple of hours. Maybe they edit their own shit. Maybe they spend another hour editing it together. Or maybe once they get big, they outsource that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fuck. Spend the rest of your time just doing rich people shit. I wouldn't be an agoraphobic if I was rich. Or if I was, my mansion would be big enough that I could feel like I'd move to a different
Go to a different wing of the house.
Well, if I win the Euro Millions lottery tonight, boys.
You haven't left the house for months, Gareth. I've walked 6.5 miles. Now fuck off, you're my robotic maid. You're
See you
my
for a
mum.
blowjob later.
No, that'll be my sex robot, that'll be separate.
Why don't you combine the two?
I'd be like an Italian mafia guy, right? They used to have like your wife and a mistress, and the philosophy was that the woman who sucks your dick shouldn't be the same woman that kisses your children goodnight. So, you know what I mean? Your wife is separate, and then you have your mistresses, and that was the sort of unwritten... Not that I want to go back to that sort of
Playboy lifestyle.
archaic opinion towards women at all. I'm just saying, if I was rich, I'd probably have a wifey type and a slutty type. Why not?
Does Leona know about this? Is she agreed?
No.
It'll be in a different part of the house, it'll be fine.
Should have. Different part of the house, different part of the world. No, that's a joke, I love you, babe.
You can have your own private island for sex robots.
Maybe. It's an
Robot sex
idea.
island.
I've never really thought about it, but now that you mention it, if money was no object, why not? I'd have a human island, a robot
And dildos
island.
for trees.
There you go. A sheep island, a robotic sheep island.
Robotic sheep island. Robotic sheep island.
That's his Welsh relatives.
Fuck them.
Right for you, is it?
What? You're having a Welsh relative island as well?
Mate, look what happened to Epstein. When you get that, do you know what I mean? When you get that rich and you can do anything, you end up doing really bad things. And I don't want to go down that road, do I? So I'll go down the sheep road. Do you know what I mean? Once I've fucked all the supermodels and all the sex robots and all the real sheep, then we'll eventually get onto cybernetic.
I'm never having lamb again.
Cybernetic sheep.
I know Gaz has been inside it.
But in order to get a kick out of it, I'll have to fuck a cybernetic sheep while bungee jumping from a helicopter over the Grand Canyon. Something. It'll get to those levels, won't it?
Yeah.
Because I'll never stop fucking things if I was that rich. Ever.
Yeah. Probably the best Viagra, isn't it? Millions of dollars in your bank account.
I'd probably lose all meaning after a few years and then never fuck again.
You probably lose
You
your
know what I
dick
mean?
if you shag that many sheep.
Just my brain and just give up on it. And just, no, you don't need to do that.
You done it now.
Yeah, you don't need to ever do that again.
You have no sperm left at all.
Yeah,
You can't produce any more sperm.
I'll take up like bricklaying or
Eject
something.
dust.
Yeah, and I'll take up bricklaying.
You'll become like a master
An
forger.
artisan, yeah, I'll have the time
You'll
to
get-
dedicate into learning a skill, a lost art or something. Yeah, I'll become, and I'll make even more money. Or I won't need the money, so I'll dedicate my works to charity auctions, things like that. You know, to make up for all the sheeps I fucked.
And all the lamb you've spoiled.
Well, to be honest, if you're going to a butcher's and buying the inner anal tract of the lamb, you're eating the wrong part, mate.
Oh man, all these no one ever like lamb that much.
More fool you. Bit salty, was it?
Have you been there already?
Well, was it Welsh lamb?
I've no idea.
Probably.
Probably.
Very chewy. Very salty.
You know, these two fuckers have been arrested.
What's next? Anti-vax mum of 5 says she won't vaccinate her children because they are, quote, protected by Jesus. Well,
Get him down here and let's ask him.
well, she's going to have some serious questions for Jesus when they're dead before they're 20.
I shouldn't laugh at that. It's kind of true.
There's a measles outbreak in parts of America, but there are still parents who refuse the vaccination, That doesn't make sense. It's not written properly. Who
No, it
refuse to vaccinate their children. This anti-vax mum asked how to protect her toddler from the outbreak without getting vaccinations, while this teen asked for advice about how to circumvent his anti-vax parents and get his vaccinations without their
It's
consent.
a big thing apparently. A lot of teenagers are like, I never got vaccinated because my parents are against it. I really want to be vaccinated because I'm not a fucking moron.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
And but you have to have parental consent.
Ah, I see.
Especially if you're under 18, you're going to have parental consent.
Yeah. Ooh,
Oh, Gaz has broke the chair
it's gone.
and his arm again.
How's your arm?
Well, we'll continue. We'll soldier on. Yeah, that came sharp. Ow.
He's trying to hold in a scream.
I
You
was
can
trying-
let it out if you want.
I was trying to get a beer and the chair collapsed and I fell on my broken arm, ladies and gentlemen. Literally broken arm in a cast. And yes, I'm making a lot of noise now, which is very unprofessional, but I'm getting a fucking beer to stifle the shooting pains inside my skeleton.
Not with a skull, you won't.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to drink 3. I'm gonna have to do it Stone Cold Steve Austin style, aren't I?
Yeah, I think you are.
Oh fuck, that did actually hurt.
I bet it did. It looked painful. I heard the cast clunk.
Oh man. Good job we're not filming it this week, isn't it?
But you're in sat in a different spot, so.
Oh yeah, it wouldn't happen. Remind me not to lean that way. Fucking hell. Right.
I don't know why you're using your broken arm to get the cans anyway. Why aren't you using your good arm?
Broken one's closer.
Move the bag!
I didn't think of that.
This is why I'm management.
Oh, they're supposed to be taking the cast off on Tuesday. I think it might be on for another 6 weeks.
Oh shit.
It will be now, after that clunk. I think his arm broke again.
Well, your boss is going to be pleasing him.
I keep telling him I'm going back to work and then having to tell him it's going to be another couple of weeks. Everything will be fine. I can fake the x-ray.
Well, I'll go with you. I'll have an x-ray done. We'll just swap mine for yours.
Well, they literally ask you your address and repeat your date of birth, basically. So just memorise my date
Yeah.
of birth and address, it'll be fine.
How much you paying me?
What?
Well, I'm committing fraud for you.
I just broke my arm again, re-broke my arm, trying to record a podcast with you. I think it's the least you could do is fake an x-ray for me.
Yeah, but I'm committing fraud for you.
Alright. Well, what were we talking about?
I'm sullying my good name.
Anti-vax mum.
Anti-vax mum. What's this mad bitch? So, the latest person to deprive their loved one of vaccinations is an unnamed mother of 5. Her reasoning, Jesus will protect them. The mum's Facebook comment went viral for, well, obvious reasons. She wrote, and I quote, "I have 5 children and they will never be vaccinated. They are protected by Jesus For I know faith helps you walk the righteous path. The same people that tell me to vaccinate are the same people telling me that God did not masterfully craft this planet.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah.
Masterfully.
That is, I don't think he's done. Well, he's done a great job on the scenery, but
Yes.
everything else is a bit shit.
Once you see the humans, you kind of fucked up.
Yeah,
didn't you?
people are a bit wank, aren't they? Let's be honest. Yeah, the vistas are beautiful. Unless you live in downtown fucking Grimsby or whatever, I don't know.
Well, the countryside's nice.
Yeah, that's true. The most popular comment to this woman's comment I just read out was, "They can die like Jesus with a rusty nail."
Ooh.
It's a bit harsh wishing
Yeah, it is
death
a bit,
upon
isn't
her
it?
children, but if she doesn't vaccinate them though and they do fall on a rusty nail, they might die.
Tetanus.
Get tetanus, yeah.
I've done that.
I've got tetanus.
Steps on a yeah.
You didn't die though.
No, I didn't die.
Good
I
lad.
went to the hospital to have a jab. I stood a rusty nail.
Proof that vaccinations
Straight into my
work.
foot.
Oof. Well, proof they work.
Yep.
The comment is shocking, but it also makes an important point about vaccinations. Unvaccinated children can get we
Tetanus.
just said tetanus from stepping on a rusty nail.
Just like Mike.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's pretty much the end of it, really. She thinks Jesus is going to protect her kids.
Well, they're not going to.
We'll see, won't we?
Let's see how that one goes
Yeah.
for her. But that's a terrifying thing. An anti-vax will probably be the anti-vax movement will probably be an episode at some point. But I don't
Yeah.
get these people.
I'm a bit on the fence with it, to be fair.
Surprise, surprise. Mike's, you're never on the fence, are you?
Best place to be.
Yeah.
Just watch the idiots argue with each other.
You're sooner or later you're going to come off the fence and slap one side or the other.
Well, I don't know. I haven't looked into it enough. That's why I'm on the fence. I don't know the fucking.
That's my position.
I don't know the science behind it entirely.
There is no science behind it.
Do you mean?
Well, the only doctor that's ever come out and said anything bad about vaccinations was then stricken from the medical register for being a complete dickhead because he's just told a lot of lies.
Oh, was he?
Vaccinations work, that's why we haven't got polio
Yeah, I'm
anymore.
all about that. I'm on about the other shit that they put in it sometimes.
Yeah.
They put
Yeah, but
mercury
it's
in,
such
don't they?
tiny amounts.
Well, I know.
It
but
makes no difference.
maybe this is where the autism's come from. Where's
No,
that come from?
I don't know, the environmental damage we're breathing in
Yeah,
every
could
day,
be.
the food we eat, the water we drink.
Could be.
McDonald's.
McDonald's.
You don't tell people not to eat or drink, do you?
No, but I would like them not to die from a curable disease.
That's also true.
You know, they work. There you go.
Well, I think I've had my vaccines.
I should think so,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure I have. I remember having measles as a kid. It was horrible.
Yeah, but I imagine a version of that that gets steadily worse until you die.
Yeah, that ain't good.
Thank you, vaccines.
Yeah. Oh, I got bit by a
I still
dog and
encourage people to take it. Of course.
Oh, yeah.
I got bit
I'm
by
not
a dog
100%
and
sure they're 100% safe. That's what I'm saying.
they jabbed me with something when I got bit. That was
Rabies,
so-
probably, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Rabies
actually.
jab.
Definitely injected me straight away. It wasn't that much of a bite either, really. It broke the skin though. Took a little tiny chunk, like a thin layer of skin off. Like it was a little chihuahua that bit me right in the calf there.
Fucking 8 hours.
I got a scar like that where he got me, quite like a circle scar. But because he took a chunk out and broke the skin, they were like, "Oh, you gotta go for a jab." And I'm like, "What?" Because I don't like needles, you see.
You have tattoos?
Yeah, that's not the same thing at all. Like, to me, it's the idea of, it's the big long needle that's so long and sharp, it pierces your skin, your muscle.
You just feel a little prick.
I know. It's nothing, but it's the anxiety of
Yeah.
it. I don't like fucking injections.
Oh, you know what? If no one's
One
gonna say it, well, like you did the other night, Mike.
Hey.
Hey!
bit- what happened? What
Well,
was
it's feeling, you know, I'm feeling a little prick.
Oh,
I've seen Mike on a wank.
I doubt it. My cock's another dimension.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Well, what's next?
Oh, good news. Or not. I'm being ironic. Japan to dump radioactive water from Fukushima nuclear disaster into the sea.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Should be fine.
Radioactive water from
No
Japan's
worries, mate.
damaged Fukushima nuclear power plant will soon have to be dumped into the Pacific Ocean, says the nation's environment minister.
Nah.
What a guy.
Tokyo Electric, or TEPCO, is running out of room to store the more than 1 million tonnes of contaminated water that has been collected from the plant, which was killed by an earthquake and tsunami in 2011. The utility says it will run out of room to store the water by 2022.
Well, here's an idea. Buy some more storage space.
That's
instead
a good
of
idea.
dumping it into the sea.
Yeah.
I see them youth storage places everywhere. You pay, you store.
Yeah.
All over the
There you
place.
go.
Imagine the Storage Wars people go there. They're like, oh, what are you going to be? What are you going to be? Open the thing, radioactive water. They all die immediately.
Yeah.
It's one of the fastest growing businesses in the UK. You just get a big warehouse and you go rent a locker.
Yeah.
We'll just waterproof them out. I'm just spitballing ideas.
That's it.
That rather than dumping it in the sea,
Yeah.
you just won't be able to go to that industrial estate again
For a while.
1,000 years.
Japan's environmental minister Yoshiaki Harada told a news briefing in Tokyo the only option will be to drain it into the sea and dilute it.
But no, it's not the only option. We just give you other options. It's not the only option, you psychopath.
He says the whole of the government will discuss this, but I would like to offer my simple opinion. Simple
yeah, it is
it
fucking
is.
simple.
Harada did not say how much water would need to be dumped into the ocean.
So it will then spread like all over the, eventually, potentially,
Into the
all
fish.
over the globe, won't it?
We'll
And up
eat
every
it.
river. Like potentially speaking, couldn't it? If
Yeah.
particles of it spread over hundreds of years to every single like sea and river and.
Potentially.
In
Well,
theory,
look at the Chernobyl.
I don't know how
look at
currents
Chernobyl.
work.
Look at the stuff in the air.
it's gonna be there forever.
How
yeah.
quick was
Well,
it to get across Europe? How quick will that be to get through the sea? I've
I'm
no
not sure
idea.
how tides work. Whether the water is, like flowing around, like moving, like.
It gets evaporated into the air.
Oh,
Comes down
no,
as
you
rain.
gotta-
doesn't
yeah,
it?
that's it. I suppose. Yeah. Basically, what I was trying to think is like if the water around Japan ever finds its way, like, does it move along then to the other side?
Yeah, there's
of the world
underwater currents,
eventually?
isn't there? You've seen Ice Age, haven't you?
No, I haven't.
I don't know.
The turtle rides the undercurrents.
I don't know how the sea works. The sea terrifies me. I think it's the most scary. It's scarier than space to me. It's fucking terrifying, don't you think? Do you ever try and contemplate the deep, deep sea, how deep it actually is?
Mariana
And how
Trench.
dark it is, how there's no light down there at all. And like,
We've discovered more about the moon than we have the bottom of the sea.
That's
and
it.
like, just the idea if you can only go this far down into for the listener with my hands sort of motioning the length of a body before you're fucked, basically, without equipment as a human, and look how deep the vastness and the how powerful. To me, it's terrifying, utterly fucking terrifying. I think people are batshit fucking crazy for going on it in little tiny boats in storms to catch
They are, aren't they?
fish so I can eat it. They're mental,
Like,
different
right,
breed of
like
humans.
a 12-hour dive.
Yeah.
Stuck in his
We
little
might die
submersible.
tonight, but hopefully we'll catch some fish.
Do you ever see that?
That's-
Oh man, there was a show about the fishermen. It was like North Sea trawlermen.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing I'm thinking of.
And
In the
they go,
storms
oh,
and
we
that.
can't go back yet. We haven't got 12 tons of cod. And like, there's a fucking storm raging, and they're just out there, and the fucking waves are coming up,
Insane.
and they're just in their fucking waterproofs. And oh, no, make sure you always keep a grip on the side rail. Oh, thanks.
I saw that George Clooney film.
Oh, Perfect Storm.
Yeah. I ain't never going fishing.
I'd never go fishing anyway because it fucking bores the shit out of me.
Yeah, same here.
Unless it. There's two types of fishing, isn't there? There's the one where you go and you sit there and you look at the water and look at the float and you just sit there in some kind of stupefying, decomposing state.
That's the kind my dad loves.
Or the one where you go there and you take a slab of beer with you and you get absolutely fucking wrecked and don't care to catch anything.
I think
That's
people
usually
go.
the one that chavvy people do.
Yeah. I think most people go because it's peaceful and.
Yeah. My dad just loves sitting by the river, even if it's pissing down. Just go there all
wouldn't do
day.
that.
Oh, he does, yeah. Set up your waterproofs, just sit there and fish in the
It's be a
rain.
nice day. It wouldn't.
No, do it in the rain. I think though, when you get to that age, well, you've got to be into fishing anyway, but there's also an element of
I want to get out of the house.
away from the wife,
Yeah.
the bus, the everything, just alone.
Yep.
Yeah, I can definitely identify with
I
that.
guess it's a form of meditation.
It must be, because my dad doesn't take, it's not like he takes a radio or like a book or anything, like, literally just him and the rod and the river. Sometimes, I don't even catch, he could go all day, come back, did you catch anything? No, not really, not today.
It doesn't bother him because that isn't the purpose.
And he
Is it?
couldn't, yeah, that's not why he went out, he was just like, he's happy as fuck because he spent the entire, whereas to me, it's my idea of hell, just like, There's nothing to, like... Is there a spa shop anywhere near here where I can get 4 cans of... I should have brought Carlin. I knew I should have brought beer, Dad. Yeah, I couldn't think of anything worse. Even on a hot summer's day, I'd guess I'd just go to sleep.
Yeah.
I'd just smoke and sleep.
Oh yeah, when I walk around the pools with the dog, you can always get that whiff of weed coming off the fishermen that are there.
I wouldn't mind that, just sitting there smoking weed, fishing.
You'd probably quite like it,
I like
yeah. Yeah. Well, each their own, man. I don't... It's not for me. It doesn't mean I can't see why other people find absolute joy in it. You know what I mean? So...
What we're on about?
Oh, they're going to dump all that water in the nuclear water in the sea.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
The government is awaiting a report from an expert panel before making a final decision on how to dispose of the radioactive water. Japan's chief cabinet secretary, Yoshida Suga, in a separate press briefing described Harada's comments as his personal opinion. But I bet you're fucking considering it. TEPCO was not in a position to decide what to do, but would follow the policy once the government made a decision, a spokesman for the utilities said. Any green light from the government to dump the waste into the sea would anger neighbours such as South Korea,
Oh shit.
which summoned a senior Japanese embassy official last month to explain how the Fukushima water would be dealt with. As they said, though we are just hoping to hear more details of the discussions that are underway in Tokyo, so that there won't be a surprise announcement, a South Korean diplomat told Reuters, requesting anonymity due to the sensitivity of bilateral ties. Surprise! Oh, do you want to do a racist joke? Do you a Bernard Manning joke?
Go on then.
Right.
Sorry.
3 guys start the same day in a factory, and the boss says, right, Mr. Smith, you're in charge of logistics, go to your office. Mr. Brown, you're in charge of the storage, go and do that. Mr. Yang, you're in charge of supplies, get to it. And he's looking around, looking at Mr. Yang, fucking, he's this Chinese guy. All of a sudden he fucking jumps out behind a crate of supplies!
You just made that up.
No, I've heard that joke before.
We can only apologise
I apologise.
to our Japanese listeners.
Apologise to everybody for that.
Yeah.
Supplies.
Yeah.
Moving on. Man spends £30,000 and all of son's inheritance fighting £100 speeding fine.
This sounds like Brexit to me, that's why I included it.
Jesus Christ.
A pensioner claims he spent 30 grand of life savings, including his son's inheritance, fighting a £100 speeding fine.
It's Brexit.
Richard Keedwell, 71, says he was wrongly slapped with a fine for travelling at 35 miles per hour in a 30 mile per hour zone during a day out in Worcester in 2016. The retired engineer of Yate, Gloucestershire, is adamant he was not over the speed limit, and even recruited an expert who told a court the speed camera may have been faulty or set off by a car in another lane, the BBC reports.
What a dick.
Just a bit. However, despite insisting he has no case to answer, the case at Worcester's Magistrates Court dragged on for almost 3 years, eating into Mr. Keedwell's savings as he lost 2 appeals.
Jesus, this is unreal. Just take the £100, alright, put your hands up.
If you've got 30 grand, even if
Exactly.
it wasn't you, just accept it.
You've got 30 grand in the bank, just fucking take the £100, eh?
They did me for doing 33 and a 30 once, and I did feel a bit robbed, like, that's not fair, you cunts, but what can you do?
Yeah.
I've often thought about, because it always says on the ticket, you've got all the rights in the world to go and fight it in court and deny it. And I've often wondered, like, well, what would happen if I fucking did? Could I win? Obviously, no. Obviously, it's never you're never gonna fucking win unless you got something absolute concrete, you know, case of mistaken identity or whatever. But what a stubborn idiot.
You ever see the Top Gear episode in Japan where Clarkson was blasting through the speed cameras on the Japanese motorway in that Nissan GT thing?
I think I saw that one.
And he was wearing, every time the speed camera came up, because they had to signpost them like, speed camera in 200 metres, speed camera in 100 metres, speed camera now.
Yeah.
He put like a Bill Oddie mask up. Because no one's going to find Bill Oddie. Everyone loves him. And he's blasted through them.
Good on him.
The BBC fired Bill Oddie, didn't he? When
They
he spoke
did.
out about Savile.
Yeah.
Jimmy Savile. That was my impression of Bill Oddie, not Jimmy Savile.
No, I'm aware of that.
Who, of course, he did the voice of Eric and the police chief in Banana Man.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've forgotten about that show. When are they going to do a film of that?
I'd love them to do a film of it. I'm not sure if they have, if they've planned to, but I would love it. I've watched it with the kids. They like it, man. It's a bit slow, even for their modern sensibilities. It's a bit quaint and British, shall we say? But, yeah, but they'll watch it though. They'll watch it with me. I quite like it. Well, it's all nostalgia for me, isn't it?
Yeah.
But,
check it out. Banana Man. It's better on YouTube.
Yeah, it is. That's where we've been watching it. All 3 series.
Only 3 series.
Yeah.
I always remember that and Super Grand being on.
Yeah,
together. Super Grand. Do you remember Super Grand?
I don't remember that.
Oh.
Super Grand. Yeah, wasn't it? It wasn't a cartoon. Was
No,
it?
it was
an actual
a
program. Yeah. Super Grand.
This is a granny who was a superhero.
I didn't watch that.
Did she have a dog as well?
Yeah, she may have done, but we could be getting confused with Woof. Do you remember Woof?
Woof. Yeah.
Where the kid turned into the dog all the time.
Remember that?
Yeah. Always an inconvenient moment.
Mm.
But one day you turned into a dog and won the big football game.
What was some program where like a girl had like a 50p or something and...
Oh, she'd rub the Queen's nose.
The Queen's
Yeah,
nose.
that was it. And then she'd shrink or something, wouldn't she? Did she shrink? Or something?
Didn't she make a wish?
Oh, a wish, something like that.
Was it Roald Dahl, that?
That could have been. Oh man, that's some nostalgia for you.
And I remember Biker Grove. I'll never forget when PJ and Duncan, when he got the paintball in the eyes and he was like, I can't see, man, me eyes, man! Me eyes, man! And then the storyline was that he was blind from that point on.
Yep. What happened to Jeff?
Okay. Jeff, was he the bloke? The one
Yeah,
who
with
ran
the big
it?
sideburns, didn't he?
Well, he was obviously he obviously touched kids.
I never watched Biker Grove.
You never watched?
No.
Biker Grove. Yeah.
I never liked them school kind of dramas for kids. There's a
I'd
couple
watch
of
any
there's
old
Biker
shit.
Grove and there was another one as well, wasn't there?
Grange Hill.
Grange Hill, never bothered with them.
No, I didn't watch Grange Hill, but
I did.
Biker Grove, man. I used to watch that after school, man. I went all a bit. That was
You
all the
Jamaican,
accents
then?
Yeah, man.
Anyway,
that was a different one. That was Rasta Grove.
It was too high to learn.
So this guy's a stubborn fucking prick.
It just reminds me of Brexit. It's like, I know it's only everything. Oh, I'll pay the £100. No, I'm going to fight it for years. It's just
Which
like,
of the 7 deadly sins isn't this? It's cutting your nose off to spite your face. So which one was that?
pride.
Pride.
Yeah.
Is it pride? Yeah.
Pride.
Yeah.
The deadliest of them all.
Comes before Ford does pride.
Comes before 30 grand out of pocket.
Yeah.
And then this guy expects me to feel sorry for
Spending
him.
your own son's inheritance money on fighting. If you're the son though, you're Dad.
Just pay
Just
it.
pay the £100. No, I was right. I want to prove
It's
my
the
life.
principle, Matthew. I don't know if his kid's name's Matthew, but it sounded right.
30 grand.
Fuck him. He deserves.
Yeah.
He deserves the hole he's in right now.
Well, I bet he wants a no-deal Brexit and voted for Boris Johnson.
Okay, is it my turn? Secrets of a haunted well in eerie Brit woods where ghosts make you, quote, want to kill.
So the Daily Star.
Gotta be true.
Gotta be true.
Oh God, the first sentence makes me want to puke. Ghost hunters.
Future episode.
Ghost hunters are investing in another shitly written
It is, isn't
article.
it?
Yeah.
Ghost hunters, it says, are investing, but I think it should say investigating an abandoned woodland site where paranormal activity is said to make people want to kill. A haunted well in Langdon Hills, County Park, Essex, has stood derelict for almost 100 years, and for good reason.
It sounds like Eddie from Bottom.
Essex ghost hunters say it's one of the most haunted locations they have ever visited. Because we made up more shit while we were there than we did at any other place we visited.
It's next to a haunted old sanitarium, Gaz.
We were prolific in the bullshit we produced whilst here.
What's a sanatorium?
Home for like the mentally disturbed,
Oh, is it?
mentally ill, yeah. It's haunted with the ghosts of 20 children.
Well, the well, which sits near to an old sanatorium, has not been used since 1924, haunted by the ghost of 20 children, and it was first sunk in the 1900s by businessman Edwin Cash, cousin of Johnny.
Not the custard. Probably, maybe, who knows? Probably not.
Well, I dug myself a well and I chucked in 20 kids.
No, they say it's haunted.
They're insane in their head.
No, they say it's haunted and it makes me want to kill.
No one misses them because I took them from the sanatorium. Well. Well, anyway, the water from the local well... No, hang on, I've got that mixed up. It had a high mineral content, apparently, and potential health benefits.
This well's rich in mercury.
So I chucked the dead kids in. He went on to bottle the water and sell it to local chemists and stores before his company went under just a few years later. He died in 1931, but according to the group, his spirit remains the site and haunts visitors who venture near. Elliot Hawkins, a reporter from Essex Live, met the hunt. Fucking hell, it's a fucking ghost! Fucking hell! Who you gonna fucking call? Call me fucking mum!
Just give him some money and send him on his way.
You fucking ghost, mate! Anyway, they're from Essex. No, the reporter's from Essex Live. He met the hunters, and they seek answers by awakening the dead. Sounds like a silly thing to do, doesn't it?
Just, isn't it? Let him sleep.
Arriving at a gated entrance, one of the ghost hunters, Russell Old, said he already sensed the presence of several spirits.
Oh, I can imagine that cunt. As soon as you get there, yeah, I'm
Oh my
definitely
God.
feeling something now. Definitely feeling something now.
Yeah, several spirits at least several. Yeah.
He said,
There's a gentleman in uniform. He's lollygagging.
sorry, I was trying to give him the most offensive voice he could possibly have, because I fucking hate this cunt already.
It should be it should be an incredibly boring voice. Like you know the priest in that Father Ted special. I have an incredibly boring voice.
I'll try to do it as monotone as possible.
Yeah.
There is a gentleman in uniform, he's law-abiding. The men tend to pick up more on this gentleman and you hear him quite clearly shifting and moving.
That's probably about it. Yeah.
And my name's Nigel.
And you switched off at that point. As soon as he started speaking, you switched off. He's a fucking psychic vampire.
There are ghosts stand close to me.
Where's your cock out?
It's my PKE meter.
It's a dose.
Touch it and it grows.
It's a dosing rod.
Don't cross the streets, fuck off! Get away
Stop
from me!
pissing, Nigel!
You're a shit ghost hunter!
You're just a pervert. You've lured me to the woods.
Put the knife down, Nigel!
Sodomy!
Arse sodomy. With a knife.
Ooh.
Like they did to Gaddafi.
Oh.
I was thinking the other day, I hope that happens to fucking Boris somewhere down the line. I hope society does devolve like everyone says in their jokes and it does turn into the apocalyptic post-Brexit nightmare that like some comedians have predicted and stuff. And like we do have violent uprising and revolutions.
The British are too polite to do violent uprising.
Imagine if,
but we still go home.
Fucking 6 weeks without fresh bread. Or tea bags or anything like that.
But if the cable goes out, or the sky goes
The
down,
skybox, no fucking...
internet goes down,
No fucking
Or if the
Premier League
internet goes
football.
down,
then we riot.
then there will be riots.
So I'm just saying eventually, I just like the idea of Boris being just murdered in the street basically by a violent...
Well, he's been protested at a lot in the street. Like random people saying, well, "What are you doing here? Why aren't you in Brussels negotiating?" He's like, "Well, I don't know. There's negotiations going on. Of course, blah, blah, blah." He's like,
I'd rather die dead in a ditch.
probably gonna happen.
You see that woman in Doncaster?
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
What did she say to him?
Basically said like, you know, austerity's over. We're all right now. So hundreds of thousands of people have died. It's all okay because we're okay. We're all right now. There's money now. But you're wasting all this stuff you promised us after Brexit is a lie. It's just a fantasy.
Fairy tales.
It's a fairy tale, yeah.
Just to lie in his own pockets.
Of course it is, and that's the beauty. They've become so adept at spinning it to make it appear like the ultimate establishment people, like Johnson, Farage and Rees-Mogg, are actually anti-establishment. They went to fucking Eton. You can't get much more establishment than that.
No, they all wanked off their tutors.
They
So,
did. And they all-
86% of all our prime ministers have gone to Eton or a private school.
well, to be fair, Would you want someone from the
Yeah.
fucking Alton Park school?
Well, I don't know that one.
Do you know what I mean? But it used to be, it's closed
No, I
down
want
now.
Corbyn
joke
from
was
Adam's
though-
Grammar.
You
Oh,
know,
an old alma mater of yours,
He's an old
eh?
Newportian,
Oh.
like myself.
but just to play devil's advocate, I know what you're saying, fuck the Eton wankers, but also equally saying you don't want some bloke who's got like fucking 1 GCE from like in French
No, obviously
and
not.
he got U's in everything else, like,
Obviously not.
you know, and he doesn't say something, he says something.
Yeah, you don't want him representing for on the world stage. What you could have is me though. I'll run my power.
Oh, here we go
It
again.
didn't take long, did it? How the fuck are we here again?
What if I start my own political party?
He's got such leader complex,
Hasn't
hasn't
he?
he?
Completely.
Napoleon complex, that's what it's called.
I'm not going to invade France.
You would if you could.
Yeah, that'd be the first thing you'd do. Right to empower. Tomorrow invading France.
Yeah. And I'll be up on the hill in the tent,
No, if we're invading
sipping a fine glass of Carling, chilled to perfection,
No, if we're
watching the plebeians explode in the valley.
If we're invading France, I'm probably the lead tank waving a sword.
Cock off. So let's break this fantasy down. Not only are you the Prime Minister who orders the war, but you're also the like top army dude who's also the first one into battle.
Technically,
who also rides the
Well,
first.
I am the commander-in-chief, technically. Technically, I'm the commander-in-chief. I'm allowed to go in.
Oh dear. Can you not see the humour in what you've just said?
Maybe that's why I'm saying it.
No, no. It's because of your deep-seated psychological issues. Is why
Well,
it's
there's that too.
Just the fact that it's not enough to be the fucking guy who organises the war. I'll be the first one in as well.
Well, it's principle. I'm not sending people where I won't go myself.
And what if you get fucking blown up within seconds and then everyone's fucked, the battle plan's gone, no one knows who's
Well, I
in
have
charge?
trusted subordinates who'll carry out my orders without me.
Yeah, I bet they will encourage you to go in first, wouldn't they? Yeah, go on, you can do it. Of course you can.
We're right behind you.
Yeah, we got you.
On the news.
All the way.
Today, the Prime Minister of the UK single-handedly tried to invade France in a tank.
Waving a sword from the turret.
He was immediately arrested.
And looked over at the Calais
Summarily
court.
executed.
He's being held as a war criminal.
Yeah, you can't be both then, you've got to choose.
He ran over 2 chickens.
Do you know what I prefer?
And a
My
small dog.
fantasy's more, well, I don't want to be the boss. I want to be like the best, like the hero soldier on the ground, like action movie guy on the ground who goes, fuck you to the boss. I'm going to save my friend anyway. You know what I mean? I got to go back for her, man. You don't understand. You know?
Rambo, then.
Yeah, that kind of thing. I don't want to be the dude. That's a boring fantasy, isn't it? Being the one like in the
Still.
like, meetings and stuff, and like we got to read all these documents and sign this, and like, what do you think, Prime Minister? We got this information coming in, and you're like, oh, I don't know.
Well, that's why I have
How many
trusted
troops have we
subordinates.
got to the east? Oh, fucking how many? Oh, what's happening to the west? Oh,
I do what Eisenhower did. He just had people he trusted under his command and he would just delegate it to them.
I just think that's a rubbish fantasy. If you're going to fantasise, shouldn't your fantasy be a machine gun in each hand?
There's no reason I can't do that as a general.
And the Prime Minister with a beautiful girl piggyback on your back,
Yeah.
firing 2 guns, right? And your mate also, you've got him, so you piggybacking 2 people,
Yeah.
your missus and your best mate, firing machine guns. That's the more down the lines I tend to go.
Yeah, but I get a really cool uniform as Prime Minister.
Okay. I often sometimes fantasise about like terrorist situations kicking off in
Oh
public
yeah,
places.
you managed to grab the rifle and
Yeah, and I
start returning fire.
Yeah, I'd take down like 20 dudes even though I've never fired a gun in my life. I wouldn't know how to start and like save some fucking hot girl and like, yeah.
In reality, you'd literally probably shit yourself.
Oh, I would just literally be pinned to the floor in a grip peer and fanic.
Peer and panic? Fear and panic? Or peer and panic?
Panic and fear is what I was trying to say.
Interesting, you curled up slightly into the fetal position while you were trying to say it.
I think I'd probably leg it first. Alright, I'm pretty nimble. I reckon I could get over older people, things like that.
He's push them into walls.
I could definitely
Every
transfer.
man for himself, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
This is where the years of mosh pit training come in. Those elbows come out.
No, it's just been a cold-hearted, selfish prick, basically. You had your time, Granny. Step aside. Just pulling them back down the escalator. Fuck off. Literally using them, putting them back to pull myself up.
Using them as bullet shields as you go.
And to get an adult who I couldn't really, like, if he's too big for me to pull, I'd just grab his child and chuck him backwards. So he'd have to chase the child, wouldn't he, to go and save him. One more space I can move up. You know what I mean? Oh, your little dog survived the terrorist incident. Oh. Chuck him down here. Ah! And they'll go after him. Another space moved up. Next one's a granny. Elbow smashed to the side of the temple. She's out. Another space up. Yeah, I'll get out of there. I'm not going to cower. I'll fight back. I'll fight the power.
Fight my way out of there.
Yeah, not the terrorists. I'll fight my fellow men and women and children. Yeah. Yeah. It's a perfectly reasonable response to a terrorist incident, I feel.
Yeah.
Where were we?
We'd finished. Whatever the fuck it was. He's on about ghosts.
Oh, yeah.
There's no point reading it in the first fucking place. It's all wank.
There's a scroll down.
There's a fucking well.
It did say they make you want to kill people.
If you drink the water from the well, it makes you want to kill people.
Maybe that's why his business went bust. Till all the people who drank his well water went homicidal.
So I'd
Yeah,
say...
it was probably full of lead.
Don't-
An old lead mine down there.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Don't drink the well
Minerals.
water.
It's got minerals. It's fucking lead, mate. Next. Experts want to give control of America's nuclear missiles to AI. Because that's how you get fucking Judgment Day. And these people never seen Terminator, or Terminator 2, or 3. And that's where we draw the line after 3.
I don't mind Genesis.
Yeah,
I don't mind Salvation.
See, I think Salvation's awful. The
first
first 30
half is
minutes.
brilliant.
And the first 30 minutes
That's
of
what I
Salvation
wanted. I wanted
fucking
an
great.
apocalyptic scenario where there's just a
Yeah.
few humans left.
John Connor leads
John
resistance, you know, that's cool.
I like seeing the Terminators that they referenced where they said the first ones had really obvious rubber skin and you
Yeah.
actually get to see them. That was cool seeing them. Yeah, I didn't actively hate it, but I did only watch it once, to be fair. So,
Yeah, I quite like it.
Genesis I quite
Did you see
enjoyed.
I didn't like
Genesis?
Genesis.
fair enough.
I quite enjoyed
I
Genesis.
didn't mind it. Well, I saw it at the cinema and was actually I enjoyed it. Could have been better. I'm not moved by the trailers for the new one though at all.
No, I want
should
to be.
love it. Yeah, me too. I'm dying to be.
I'm more moved for Rambo 5.
Oh, that looks amazing. Did you see that thing I posted of the retro trailers they did?
No.
I'll show you when we have a break. Genius level marketing. It's like a recap of the first 4 Rambo movies. And,
Yeah.
And for part 1, it uses like. Did you know there's a Rambo cartoon?
Yeah,
So it uses footage from the Rambo cartoon to tell you the story of Rambo 1 in about 30 seconds. Then
Gotcha.
part 2 it does the same for part 2, but instead of the cartoon, it uses footage from the old adverts for the toys
Gotcha.
to tell you the story of part 2. Part 3 is a video game, and then part 4 is Sylvester Stallone reading a children's book version of it. And it's just,
Literally Sylvester Stallone? Or?
yeah, not an actor, it's him, like, reading the story of Rambo. And yeah, it just gives you a little recap of where we're up to with John Rambo, and I just like that he went for each for a different retro, because it's appealing to us people of our age, isn't it? They're not trying to get 18-year-olds to go and watch this.
No.
You know what I mean? It's pure...
The thing is, it's Home Alone with explosives. It's getting everyone in, isn't it? I mean, I'm not a massive fan of Home Alone, but if you got John Rambo doing that fucking shit, then all of a sudden I'm interested.
Damn straight. Right.
Experts want to give control of America's nuclear missiles to AI. If America is attacked with a nuclear bomb, artificial intelligence would automatically fire back even if we're all dead.
What's
Great!
the point?
Exactly! We've lost.
Mad.
Well, that's it. That's what keeps us all teetering on the brink, doesn't it? When it comes to nuclear weapons and the Cold War, everything old is new again. Old treaties against the creation of long-range nuclear weapons are dead, and Russia is working on new nukes it promises can strike the United States in record time. 2 experts have an idea how to counter the new Russian threat. Turn over control of America's nuclear weapons to artificial intelligence. It's a terrible idea.
Just a bit.
In an article for the national security blog War on the Rocks, nuclear policy wonks turned college professors, Adam Lowther and Curtis McGriffin, propose making it easier for the president to launch nukes. We don't need to give Trump an easier way to launch things. And advocating for an American artificially intelligent dead hand. Dead hand is a Russian fail-deadly, like a fail-safe, but everyone dies, first deployed during the Cold War that ensures Russia's nukes fly if the country is attacked, even if no one exists to launch them.
Isn't this Dr. Strangelove?
Pretty much.
I thought dead
Yeah.
hand was when you sat on your hand and it went numb and then went deaf.
It's also that.
Yeah.
I assume it's also the dead man's hand.
So
which
do they-
is, what's the dead man's hand?
Well, you get a dead man to wank you off.
Oh, sorry, poker.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Not what you get up to at weekends.
So do they sit on their hands to go numb to press the nuke button so it feels like somebody else killing half the world?
Maybe.
You know?
Yeah, that's a possibility. What's the dead man's hand in poker?
It was
He said like squeaky voiced teen then.
it was Bill Hitchcock, wasn't it? It was his cards. It was pair of aces, pair of eights, wasn't it?
Aces and eights.
Yeah.
Yes, the dead man's hand.
I have no
Yes.
idea what either of you have
It's
just
the hand
said
that
for the last
Wild
30
Bill
seconds.
Hitchcock was.
Died, he got killed too.
Yeah.
He had a pair of aces, pair of eights. He was shot. So was the dead man's hand. Also, TNA had a awful thing with a biker gang called the Aces and Eights. Do you remember that?
The name rings a bell for
Yeah,
sure.
Hogan joined them in the end. Yeah.
Oh, I don't deal with Hogan's TNA era. It doesn't count as far as I'm
He didn't actually really wrestle, to be
Yeah,
fair.
he
So
did do. He just cut his own head open and punched people a few times.
yeah.
Anyway, why the fuck would you want to let a computer have control of it?
Well, this is it.
Why, how do they justify it? Does it say? Sorry, read
So
what
the
it
dead
says.
hand is a Russian fail-deadly. Basically ensures the nukes fly even if they're attacked, even if no one exists to launch them. Nuclear deterrence hinges on the theory that no country is willing to launch a nuke because it knows the rival countries will retaliate in kind. And that's the idea behind mutually assured destruction.
It
So I
works
suppose the
pretty well.
idea, I suppose in theory, it makes sense. If they do actually launch a successful first strike and take everybody out, if they have that capability to
Still
do
gonna
that,
fire.
so you think, well, we've just won a nuclear war casualty free, well on our side, casualty free, then, hey,
But there's no
oh,
deterrent.
and then what happens is there's a massive middle finger projects onto every screen, computer screen,
Yeah.
and you've got Ultron basically firing the
Yeah.
nukes back.
Well, that's how it works, isn't it? It's like if you know, even if we nuke them off the face of the earth, their systems will still fire back, no matter what. There's no point in us ever firing at them,
Yeah,
is
so
there?
there's mutually assured destruction.
Well, plus the smoke clouds would blot out the sun for about 10 years,
Also true, but
maybe 100 years.
we know we're getting it back. But the problem is, they've never obviously watched fucking Terminator, have they?
No.
When that AI becomes self-aware,
I haven't watched Threads.
they haven't watched. You know what? I want to get everybody who has their finger on the nuclear button in one room and make them watch Threads.
Oh well, don't worry. You'll be able to lead us in the resistance, Ben.
Thanks, Gaz.
Lord Emperor Ben.
Got it.
Sorry.
Thank you. I wasn't going to mention it, but you just said it. There's one vote.
Well, it's a bit like, the old granddad that you have to say to, because of his Alzheimer's and that. Yes, granddad, you did kill all the Koreans today. Well done. Yes, granddad, you did used to stack them 3 feet high. Yes.
Oh, the guy from Gran Torino.
Yeah.
Love that movie.
Me fucking too.
Fucking great.
Sorry. I digress.
A 2018 report from the RAND Corporation suggests that AI might in fact make the world less safe from nuclear war. The report asked several experts to weigh in on how AI might change nuclear deterrence, and the results were inconclusive. Some of RAND's experts believed AI would make the world safer, and others believed it would radically destabilise the current balance of nuclear power. AI needs only to be perceived as a highly effective to be destabilising. For example, in the tracking and targeting of adversary launchers, threatened with potential loss of its second strike capability, an adversary will be pressured into preemptive first strike or into expanding its arsenal, both undesirable outcomes. So you have first strike and second strike, don't you? So your first strike are the ones that are in the silos,
Yep.
the big ass ones, because they're fixed. But the second strikes, they're on mobile launchers, they're in submarines, they're in bombers in the air. So, alright, you've launched your first strike, you've launched your missiles, but our follow-up's coming. We've launched ours, now our follow-up's going to hit you before it hits us. Yours is going to hit us.
Well, let's not fire the nukes.
Let's not fire them, that would be preferable.
And let's not give it
And let's
to
not
an
take
AI.
it. I mean, alright, humans are fallible. We know humans are fallible. Look who the fuck's running America. Look who the fuck's running Britain. We know humans are arseholes. But, nah, I can't just take it out of
An
our...
AI could just be cold logic and think, right, all these humans are a threat
Yeah, of course it
to
could.
the life on Earth, so they've got to go.
That's it. He's going to protect us by killing us.
Yeah.
There's literally one of the stories in 2000 AD at the moment, a sinister Dexter story about they've created an AI but they've got to keep it, in the story they call it boxed. It's like got no access to the outside world yet because they literally have no idea, they can't predict. If it's got to have exponential intelligence, they literally can't predict what it's going to be capable of. It could like change the fabric of reality, or like, you know, it could literally do things science-wise beyond your human comprehension.
Of course.
But then rip the fabric of reality in half.
Yeah.
And like,
If it becomes smarter than us, then
well, it already is.
conceivably it'll know things that we don't know.
Yeah.
But there is this thing, because I keep hearing two arguments, man. Like, there's the one side where, you know, like you say to me, it's not that far away till everything's automated, like relatively speaking. But then I do keep hearing people say that we are, this idea of what we think of as AI isn't AI. It's like a robot, like genuine consciousness. It won't happen in our lifetimes.
Well, some of the people working on it say it could be 10 years.
I know you've said that to me, but I keep hearing other people that are like, that's like.
And they know more than anybody, surely.
You'd argue that. I mean,
Yeah,
no
I've
one's
heard-
working on it.
But I've also heard people, not just people,
Yeah,
I've
there's
heard
other
people
pe-
in the
of
industry
course.
that just say that's a joke, it's laughable.
It's quite possible.
But I
They might be
think
saying that for funding and grants, though.
Maybe.
I
Oh,
think
10 years, give us some money.
I think a lot of it is semantics as well. Like do people actually understand what they mean by consciousness, a free thinking consciousness, AI? It's not the same
Well,
as
that's
a
it, it's gotta
really
take the-
intelligent
it's
computer.
gotta take the
It's
test,
not
hasn't
the
it?
fucking same.
The Turing test and all that, but we've got things that have passed it.
I wouldn't expose it to the fucking internet.
Yeah, but we haven't got consciousness.
There's that one that can
might be a
build flat
technical
pack
way.
furniture and stuff, and
Well, that's not the same as fucking a consciousness, though, is it?
a
You know what I
monkey
mean?
couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's following instructions. He's intelligent enough to follow instructions. It's not going, oh, you
That's
know
what
what,
I'm
I'll put that
saying,
screw here and this screw there and I'll
not-
make it better.
That's the point, yeah. It's like it's mega intelligent, might be more intelligent than we are. Have
I
way
can't
higher
put together IKEA shit.
have a way higher computing power, but it's
So there's a
like,
debate to be had, isn't there, about what does constitute consciousness?
Oh, that's a whole debate we want to get sucked into.
Well, we've been through it on the Terminator 2.
I'll get sucked off to it, but I'm sucked
Episode.
into it.
there's like two camps in there. There's like the Elon Musk camp of the doomsayers who are like, AI is going to kill us all and like we shouldn't fuck with it. And then like I've heard the other side of where people are like, that idea of it being free thinking and independent of us is like literally we're nowhere near it. And maybe it's all relative. Maybe you say, oh well, we're a lot closer to it than we were 20 years ago or whatever. But anyway, fuck that.
I think what you got to
We've
look
got
at
Moore's
is
Law as well.
you've got two futures.
Moore's Law is where
But is that infinite? Will it go on, or does Moore's law slow down? Has anyone looked at that? Is it slowing
it is
down?
slowing down a bit, but it's still almost double every year, isn't it?
Yeah. But you've got two futures. You've got Terminator 2 and Demolition Man. Terminator 2, hellish nightscape, machines are exterminating humans. Demolition Man, everything's hunky-dory. Computers kind of run everything. No one really gets hurt. It's got a bit boring.
I think it's going to be harder to integrate than people think. I know, it's just my feeling. I don't like it. I hate it.
Should we move on?
Yeah?
No.
We all agree that's
Yeah, it's really
We
contrary.
all agree it's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Nuclear weapons
What?
controlled by out of human hands, but not in human hands. Not great. Better than in a cold, unthinking machine's hands.
Of course,
Absolutely.
I concur.
I hired a builder to fix my roof, but he had a poo on it instead.
This has to be British.
It is. Yeah.
A homeowner was left stunned and revolted after he discovered a builder he had hired to fix a leak had defecated on top of his roof. The 38-year-old dad said he felt he'd checked out the company thoroughly before he hired them to stop a leak in his loft at his home in Skegness. But he was horrified to discover one member of the firm's staff had left a large pile of feces behind and claimed some of it had even been put down his chimney.
Oh!
Merry Christmas, everyone.
To make matters worse, the grinning culprit had his photograph taken doing the dirty deed
Oh no.
and shared them with friends. The homeowner, who was asked to remain anonymous, said, "I needed a leak in my loft fixing. I saw an advert in the local brochure. I did my checks. It appeared to be okay, so I asked them to do the work. I went up to the scaffolding and noticed the feces. I was a bit disgusted. I had said to them I would provide toilet facilities in the house and they could use a kitchen when they started the work. They even shoved some down my chimney stack. It's dreadful behaviour."
Oh.
Oh dear.
And he's Instagrammed it as well.
Oh dear.
Oh, man.
I asked the director of the company about it and showed him the photos, and I felt he got very aggressive. After refusing to pay, the homeowner was then forced to hire another company to finish the job and double check everything had been done correctly. I had to get another company to finish the job because I wasn't certain they'd done a good job, he said.
No shit.
They'd done a good jobby.
Oh.
I asked for a new gutter, not a Cleveland steamer.
That's
It's
that's
a
also-
weather feature.
also concerns me about hiring people or getting people in to do work is like, are they going to do it right, or are they just going to, like, still taking the piss or taking the shit?
I hate having people in my home.
Yeah. Oh, that's a conversation for off air.
Yeah. Kill me now. Right. I think that sums that up.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Also, the lesson here is, as funny as you might think shitting on a roof is, which it kind of is,
Kind of.
don't fucking take photographic evidence of yourself
No.
committing a crime.
And don't do it when you're actually at work
Yeah,
on
and-
someone roof.
And the customers downstairs, as
Yeah.
funny as that
I mean,
makes it.
if
What
you're
did you
drunk
think was going to
enough-
happen to the shit you put down the chimney?
Yeah,
Oh,
you
you
might
just
notice
get
that.
Yeah.
You might notice some human feces dropping down the chimney. What's that, Daddy? It's Santa here. Oh, don't look, children, don't look. It's shit.
Fuck
That's the real Santa, right there.
Bob the Builder, can he shit it? Bob the Builder, he just has.
On a similar thing, you see Fireman Sam's been dropped as the fireman.
Only at that one station.
Is it the one
so-
station?
Yeah.
Right.
I did see quite a good tweet that said, like, when your house is on fire, ring up and say, I only want to be rescued by firemen who are lesbian women of colour. Put the phone down and wait. Yeah, see how long it takes. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, yeah, I'm all up for diversity, but like, it's being moronic to think that having Fireman Sam stops people from joining. So if you've got a problem with being saved by white males, you're gonna burn to death.
Yeah, I don't care who shows up. I don't
gives
care
a
whether they're
fuck?
I don't care whether they're lesbian women of colour.
Me
I don't
either.
care
That's
if
what
they're
you've
white
got.
men.
Send 'em.
If I am stuck in my burning house,
But you see what I mean? The point is, like, you're making the point that you can't start differentiating, like, oh, I think the firemen should be more diverse. Yeah, you can say that, but you also, when it comes down to it, you shouldn't really care.
No.
You should be glad there is any of them. And if you think it's a bit too white and male, I don't know, don't punish Fireman Sam for it.
yeah, it's not
Maybe-
Fireman Sam's fault. And he's got
How
a very
many kids-
diverse fire station.
Yeah, how many kids are not going to be inspired now if you get rid of
Yeah,
Fireman
that's
Sam?
it, isn't it? You just lost a recruiting tool, mate.
I did see another good tweet that said it's an easy fix. You just change, because if they're going for Postman Pat next, you just
Postman Patty.
what was it? Post up Pat. Post up Pat. Post up Pat. Post up Pat. And his transgender cat.
I like to think that he's a crazy cat lady. But he's a man.
Early in the morning. just as day has dawned in. Post-up Pat puts on his makeup. Post-up Pat. Yeah, see, problem solved. Everyone's winning. I'm all for diversity. Stay the fuck away from my kids. It's a joke. It's a joke. Seriously though.
One more.
No, you can't use the same bathroom.
Oh, well, who's...
Oh god.
Yeah.
Man accidentally beheads himself during Muram procession while showcasing his swordsmanship. Or his lack of swordsmanship, I would care to...
Smart, hasn't it?
It's just a touch.
The incidents happened in the Lerry police station region near Sogra College on Wednesday, the 11th of September. And following the accident, Sayum died on the spot.
You don't say.
He didn't... The headline's a little bit misleading. He didn't cut his own head off. He sliced his own throat open.
Right.
He pretty much decapitated himself. The head didn't come off.
Okay.
He did get to a hospital where they said he was DOA.
Well, the police have registered a case and have now begun their investigation. I should think so. As per the report, a large weapon-wielding crowd had gathered in the... Who the fuck wrote this? This is translated. Decided to show off his swordsmanship when the weapon accidentally struck his neck. He was rushed to a nearby hospital, but the doctors declared him dead on arrival. The cause of death was determined to be an excessive loss of blood.
No shit.
Well...
It's going to be a bitch though, I mean, like...
I would say if you were just...
As you go to these, like, sort of events with the kids and they have, like... I don't know, fire jugglers and fire eaters and circus kind of acts and things like that.
Yeah, you do hope that it won't go wrong.
Yeah. But this is like when it does and he cuts his own head off.
I would say if you're doing like sword demonstrations like that at a parade, why does it need to be a real deadly sharp sword? Why can't it be a really blunt?
Well, he's showcasing his swordsmanship. You think he's
he
quite an
wasn't
old
out there
chap as well. He's like in his 60s. He's been doing this for a long time. He's like, yeah, look at me, I'm waving around the head. Oh fuck. That's kind of it.
Yeah, like your children are just bathed in the gushing, warm flow of a stranger's blood.
Well, you know, it takes the jugular out. You're looking at however many times your heart's beating per minute, which is accelerating at this point because you just sliced your own fucking body open. It's just, it's a jugular, it's the main fucking artery. Your blood's spraying fucking feet, you know, probably at 10 feet, 8 feet, 10 feet, your blood's just squirting out of you in vast arterial pumps, spraying the crowd as you spin around in horror, looking with your eyes wide for some kind of help, hoping against hope there's a doctor in the crowd, or at least someone in unbasic first aid, and just to clamp that blood loss down, but there's nobody, and you sink to your knees and then topple to your side, and the last thing you see as your eyes glaze over is wide-eyed children being covered by their own blood.
Well, happy Muraham procession.
Grimdark.
Sharpen your swords, folks. Well, I think that concludes this week's Weird
I
News.
know we conclude Weird News 7 Electric Boogaloo. Thanks for listening. I've been Ben. Don't drink the Flavour Aid and don't join the cult.
I've been Gaz. Free Biff Tannen.
I've been Mike. Thanks for listening. Peace out. And force be with you.